Oh, look at the kiddos, and they're with the emus. There's two emus there.
I think they're twins.
Oh, can you hear the Aboriginal music? Let's go and explore. Oh, look at this cutie hanging on the tree. And my two cuties are here. Look at the koala. Wow, look at this one. Isabel spotted. She's carrying a baby. Oh, see, mommy and a baby. How cute. My two babies are here. Where are my two babies? Hello, baby one. Where's my other baby? Hello, baby two.
The koala is smiling.
Is it smiling?
It is.
Oh, because it's carrying its baby. Of course it's happy. He said, oh, yeah, I'm snuggle my baby. I'm very happy. Right? Oh, the mommy is holding onto the baby so tight. Is koala a marsupial?
Yeah. It's a Joey. It's holding a Joey.
So it's holding a Joey. Wow, we're so lucky. We're so lucky. Wow, found another one. Look at its pouch.
Spring.
Oh, because it's spring.
Yeah.
Oh
Spring is
gosh.
birthing season.
See, mommy's holding onto her pouch, right? Because her baby is inside.
You don't want to drop it.
Yeah.
She's cold.
We're so lucky. See?
She's cold. Little koala.
Oh, hello, koala.
This is a little one.
It's very
Not as
windy
fat
and
as
cold
the other one.
today.
Scratching.
Yeah,
Kind of
scratchy, scratchy.
Must be a very young koala.
But why is she by herself? Oh, why is
They're
she
old enough to live by themselves now.
Yeah,
It's
but
raining now.
they're still with humans. They're not by themselves, not lonely.
How cute.
She's all the way up there.
Your umbrella, guys.
No, it's only near my feet.
Look at the birdie. It's eating its next ring, right? It is nectars. It's raining. Oh, look at this purple, beautiful flower. Oh, how pretty. Oh, the girls are using umbrella. And because we're looking at the kangaroos. Hello, kangaroos. Any joeys in the pouch?
No,
Couldn't see, right?
they're male.
It's so cute. Look at the girls using umbrella. Here's another kangaroo looking at us.
It's got a pound.
Oh, they're waving.
What did that mean? Once one of them when we were walking. the
Yeah,
wild one.
when you were younger that time, it actually waved back. That's really cute. Oh, hop, 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 hop. Oh, bye-bye, kangaroo. Oh, look at the kitten now. It's coming towards us. Oh, there's two. Oh, there's another one on the back. Wow. Oh, look at this.
Hello.
Hello.
It's in a bowl.
Those are super, super young.
Hello. I'm going to be as loud as I
So
can.
we don't want to
Oh.
hit this echidna.
The one is here.
That
Do you think it'll be a
echidna
good
is
idea to
eating.
hit
super
this echidna?
spiky.
Do you think it'll be nice
There's
and
another one
fluffy
near
as
the
well?
water.
No.
Will there be a lot of ouchie and ouchie?
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of sharp pins.
Why is it blue?
I think it's
You have to tell which
think
one
it's
is
like
what
some little-
with.
They can walk quite fast. Look how quick they walk.
waddle quite fast.
They won't. Oh, that one was.
Yeah, I think that's how they can tell them apart. That one's the green,
Yes, that's what I said.
and the other one's got blue
Oh, they're
ones.
coming together.
Oh, they got different color. Oh yeah, green, blue.
I told you.
Oh, very observative.
It's tiny.
So that they can see who is who, right? From far.
The echidna is there. Where's there?
Oh,
I wonder how.
Before it was the red kangaroos, these are the grey kangaroos. They're different species, these are bigger. How cute. Bye bye kangaroos. Oh, look at this birdie drinking nectars. We're right next to it. Picky nectars.
In the drier inland
Pink
areas.
cockatoo.
Now these birds are also really quite comfortable down lower on the ground, and you can see he is spending some time foraging down here in the arena. It's pretty obvious to see that they do use their beak to eat. That's very obvious, but what you might not know is just how important a beak is to a parrot. They actually use their beak for a number of different reasons, obviously eating, but also to move and manipulate objects in their environment. Also, to maneuver themselves in their environment, they use that beak as an extra limb in a movement called tripedal locomotion, which means a group of three to move around. Now, it's pretty rare to have something grouped in a group of three in the animal world, and so they use those 2 feet and their beak to move around and access different parts of their environment that they wouldn't usually be able to access. There we go. Some of you might have seen a magpie stop there. That's what I need to replace. So, with these birds, these beautiful wild birds, they need wild places. Some of the birds we're meeting today require very large old trees that can take centuries to grow, and we can lose them in just minutes. Here's another example of one of Australia's beautiful cockatoo species.
Oh, just two of
These are
them now.
red-tailed black cockatoos. Red-tailed black cockatoos like these two here are a threatened species, but it's really easy to tell males and females apart just by looking at their tail feathers. Behind me is our male. His name is Pinjari, and if you have a look when he takes off next, he has those solid red bars in his tail feathers. The females though, they've got a few more stripes in their tails, but they've also got some lighter colours. They still have those deep reds, but they've also got some lighter oranges and yellows as well. So have a look as he flies off there, those beautiful red tail feathers. We'll get a good look at the female very soon. Now I mentioned that they are a threatened species, and that's because of their loss of habitat in the wild. These birds, you can see she's pretty big. A tree hollow big enough for a bird of this size to nest in is a tree that is up to 200 years old. It takes up to 200 years to form a tree hollow big enough for these birds. And we're losing those trees a lot faster than they can be regenerated. The other reason is that they rely on Australian native plants as a food source. Now, these birds, there is a subspecies that relies on as few as 3 individual species of trees as their total diet. And as we get more and more introduced species of trees in the environment, we start to lose not only the nesting sites, but also the food plants for these absolutely stunning birds. Now, she's going to fly at the top there. Have a look at those tail feathers as she fans them out. Wow is the right word, I think. Absolutely. Very, very spectacular looking tail feathers. And you can see there she's got her crest up. I can hear on my radio there's a peregrine falcon soaring just above, up there. If you can see that shadow there, that is one of the predators in the sky, one of the birds of prey. That is a bird hunter, that is a peregrine falcon, one of, if not the fastest animal on the planet when they're in a dive in hunting mode. So what we're going to do is just stall for a minute, because see them. This is a sulphur-crested cockatoo, and this one's name is Quasi, showing you exactly why they're called a sulphur-crested cockatoo. Look at that yellow crest.
Look at the yellow crest.
These birds are very, very common in the Australian landscape, and you can see them pretty much anywhere that people have found in the eastern and northern parts of Australia.
We see them a lot near our home.
In parks, golf courses. You see them
Lots around our
very,
home.
very frequently. In fact, a call of up to 135 decibels. And if you're like me and you don't know what that means in terms of the real world noise, a jet engine taking off is 140 decibels.
Wow, so loud.
That's pretty loud.
They were the loudest
Imagine
cockatoo.
how a whole flock of cockatoos could be, potentially 100 to 200 of those cockatoos flying around together, is almost deafening. Flying. So slow, gliding, soaring type of flight is the way this bird gets around. This here is a black-breasted buzzard. To make that even harder on me, this black-breasted buzzard's name is Bernice, the black-breasted buzzard.
Look at the glides.
And although these birds are very good at that gliding and soaring type of flight, You'll see while Bernice is out here today, she's also very comfortable and very coordinated while she's on the ground. That's because these...
Oh, so
she's also
cute.
pretty cute, you have to admit, while she's on the ground. These black-breasted buzzards are one of the very few raptors in Australia that actually do some of their hunting while they're on the ground. They're actually really well known as nest robbers, and they steal the eggs and chicks of large ground nesting birds, which includes our largest bird of all here in Australia, the emu. Now hopefully you've all had a chance to see the emus today, and you've worked out that emus are really big birds. Now because they're really big birds, they lay really big eggs. In fact, the egg of an emu is far too big for a bird like Bernice here to be able to pick that egg up in their feet or in their beak to try and break it open in any way. So they've developed this really special behaviour to get into emu eggs. And I am hoping that Bernice here is going to show us exactly how to do that today, because I just happen to have an emu egg in my pocket. As you can see, that is a pretty big egg. This one is not a real one, but it's the same size as a real emu egg. It's just too big for her to be able to pick up in any way. So, if you keep your eyes on her, we should get a chance to see exactly how these black-breasted buzzards go about breaking open an emu egg. It'll become pretty obvious in a second. She picked up that rock, and she starts throwing it down on top of the egg. There we go, second shot, well done. Great job today. Yeah, thank you. Cheers. Now, people often see that behaviour here as spirits of the sky and they think, well, obviously that is a trick. That's something they've taught that bird. Believe it or not, it's not a trick. We didn't teach her how to do it. In fact, she didn't even learn how to do that from her parents. She just knew how to do it. The star of the show for the last 15 years. I'd like to introduce you to Kevin.
Kevin.
This is Kev, the long-billed corella. Now, because Kevin came down to us after having a broken wing, we needed to make sure that that wing was working properly and that we could exercise that wing. So one of the first behaviours we trained Kevin to do was to open his wings. So we can open up those wings, we can check to the left and right and nice and balanced. We can also check the feather condition on those wings as well. We check the rest of his feather condition by simply asking him to turn around.
Oh,
We can
so
check the back
clever.
of his front. And occasionally we need to have a look at his feet. So we ask for his right foot and his left foot. Good job, Kevin. Well done. Now the last behaviour we'd like you to have a look at is a pretty important behaviour, and that is to step up. Now that stepping up behaviour is important for a number of reasons. First of all, it allows us to be able to move Kevin around if we need to. We can move him from space to space nice and easily. He's quite comfortable sitting on the hand. We can also ask him to step off the hand onto all sorts of different things, including something like a set of scales, which mean we can actually monitor his health through his weight, which is really important. But probably the most important thing about that behaviour of stepping up like that is that it's a behaviour that we know he can do and will do probably 95% of the time. The reason why that becomes important to us is because it enables us to use that behaviour as what we call a consent behaviour. So whenever we're working with our birds or any other animals that we're training here at Zoos Victoria, we never force them into working with us. We always ask them if they're ready to come to work and whether they're ready to participate in whatever it is we're asking them to do. So if I was to ask Kevin to step up onto my hand and he chooses not to, he is telling me one really simple thing. He is just telling me, no, I'm not ready to come to work. Don't want to participate in whatever it is you're wanting me to do. Now, we don't know why. We never know the exact reason behind it. In fact, we don't care what the reason is. We just know that he's not ready to come to work. So we acknowledge it, we come back a little bit later, and we'll try a little bit later until he says yes. So it's up to him when he chooses to work with us, not the other way around. So it's a really, really important tool for our birds to have that. It's the first stage of the two-way communication that we have between our animals and our trainers. So really...
Pointing, yep, there we go.
Wow, the
They were
eagles.
right on the arena, and that's not something that makes our owl the most comfortable bird in the world.
That's why the birds
So
are not
as
coming,
Jason said,
because
we
the
do make
eagles.
sure that it's a positive experience for these birds to come out. We always give them the choice. In this case, Millie was saying yes because she hadn't seen what was up there. And if I was to get Millie, ask Millie to come out, she'd be like, yep, cool, I'm coming out here. She'd start flying, she'd look up and then go, oh, hang on a second, I don't like that.
So I'm going to put Sean out of his misery.
It's not a wedge-tailed eagle.
That's not a wedge-tailed
No,
eagle.
I saw that one actually.
That one's
wedge-tailed flying over that way.
There's other eagles that fly. The one that just flew over the top of our heads there is a really interesting bird, that
another
one
one,
actually.
eagle.
I'm glad we saw it today. That one up there, Sean, can you tell what it was after looking at it?
Swamp harrier.
Oh, so close.
Oh.
Sorry, I put him on the spot there. I shouldn't do that.
That was a
to him.
pure guess. I didn't actually get a good look at it.
I believe actually that was a square-tailed kite, which is a really interesting bird. I don't know if any of you bird nerds like me.
Oh, where is it?
Yeah, we've got a couple up here. Did you get it in the binoculars? Did you happen to see it? It's a square-tailed kite. Square-tailed kite's actually one of our really rare raptors that turn up here around about on the 21st of September. They turn up around about September each year. Usually at the start of the spring they come in. We've been really, really lucky over the past 4 or 5 years to actually have the square-tailed kites nesting in the area, as well as now wedge-tailed eagles and swamp harriers and peregrine falcons, as you just saw. So it's actually quite a hot spot for the raptors around here. That one up there is another one of the raptors that feeds on other birds. So our birds can be really nervous when we have something like a peregrine falcon that is a bird specialist that only hunts birds pretty much. We have a square-tailed kite fly over the top, which pretty much only hunts birds. You can understand some of those birds are a little bit nervous. So Millie has done the right thing and decided, actually, I don't want to come out today, which is totally fine by them. As I said,
Another one.
Karen, this is making it really difficult for you. I know, I apologise. We're going off script a little bit here. Karen's doing a fantastic job. But that square-tailed kite, it's the second time I've seen it. I saw one yesterday, or I thought I saw one yesterday. I haven't identified it yet. To be able to see that up there now makes me feel really happy that I've actually got a chance to see the square-tailed kite, and a whole bunch of corellas just fly underneath it. You might have noticed those corellas just take a real dive there because they weren't comfortable having that square-tailed kite flying around up above there. The guy with the binoculars, if you had a chance to look at it, you've probably seen some banding on the wings. Yep. And slight white patches. As I said, you're really lucky. It's actually one of the rare birds to see around the area, so we're really, really lucky. I know all of you are just as impressed and enthralled as I am. You can see it on your faces.
There's one there.
Thanks for indulging in one of my passions with me. I really appreciate it. Our Zoo Victoria members, I can see many of you here today. And on behalf of everyone here, we want to say a really big, what do we want to say, Calista?
Oh, good job.
Thank you very much for visiting. We
what
really
did
do
it do?
appreciate the time.
They opened it
Out
to
of
the
your day,
thank you
come and
sign.
join us here at Zoos Victoria. You okay? You okay? Yeah, good. All right. We are working with 27 different species of wildlife now, ranging from the Lord Howe Island stick insect, one of our invertebrates, right up to the large Tasmanian devils, and a whole bunch of things in between, small mammals, reptiles, birds, amphibians, all sorts of different things. And just by being here today, you are now all a part of saving those 27 different species.
Yay.
So, thank you. It is really, really appreciated.
Oh, ibis.
I think some of you are probably starting to guess
So many ibis.
They've got a wingspan of up to 2.5 metres.
Wow.
You ready, Karen? They also have a nice long diamond or a wedge-shaped tail. I think all you might be guessing who I'm talking about now. I'm hoping we're going to get a chance to meet a wedge-tailed eagle. I'm hoping we're getting a chance
we're going to
meet
see
Magra.
eagle.
Again, it's totally up to her if she makes her way out. She might have seen some things out here today that she's not overly keen on coming out, but here she is.
Wow. Wow.
Karen, you're right to stand up now. I can work that out. That's from there. Thank you. You can see she is a really big bird. She's also a very dark coloured bird, and she looks like she's spotted something out there, but we'll keep an eye on that. She's a dark coloured bird because she is an adult wedge-tailed eagle. She's actually 27 years old. Wedge-tailed eagles get darker and darker as they get older and older. So you might be lucky enough to see a lighter coloured wedge-tailed eagle. If you do, you might see a chocolate brown or a golden wedge-tailed. That's most likely a young bird, probably under 7 years old. Once they get to 7, they start maturing.
Whoa.
Whoa.
She only just made it then. She only just made it. So once they start to get mature, they molt their feathers out each year. Each feather that grows back gets a little bit darker than the one before until they're almost black like Magra here. Now I did mention with the black-breasted buzzard that we saw a little bit earlier today that they were adapted for a very energy efficient way of flying around, just gliding and soaring. These wedge-tailed eagles take it to the next level. An eagle like Magra, as I said, can have a wingspan up to 2.5 metres. All they need to do is fly over to where there might be a rising current of air, set those wings out and let the air push them up. What they'll do, they'll hit something like a thermal current and they'll keep circling on that thermal current until they reach the top of the thermal. Once they reach the top, all they need to do is drift off that one until they hit another one, which will lift them up again. They get to the top of that one and they'll drift off that till they hit another one. They can literally do that for hours and hours on end and not have to flap their wings at all. So it's an extremely energy efficient way of covering massive areas of land. They can also use that height they've gained to start their hunting. They've got amazing eyesight. An eagle like Magra can actually see a moving rabbit from well over 1 kilometre away. Oh, Max. Did you get it in the end? Also a little bit of a dip. And that's a stick. You can spit the stick out, girl. You don't need the stick. Now, so they can actually see a moving rabbit from well over 1 kilometre away. So they sit up nice and high and scan a massive area of land looking for rabbits, bandicoots, other birds occasionally, reptiles. They're actually capable of hunting mammals up to the size of an adult wallaby all by themselves. They're incredibly powerful hunters for their size. And they have massive feet to cope with some really, really large prey. Now, the best way to help you identify a wedge-tailed eagle, if you think you've seen one, is to have a look at its tail. When she lands up on this perch here, you'll see her fan that tail out. How about a big round of applause for her? And hopefully you had a chance to see that diamond or that wedge shape in their tail. That's the best way to help you identify a wedge-tailed eagle if you think you have seen one. Now, as Sean mentioned before, we do have that wild pair of wedge-tailed eagles that are pretty much using Healesville Sanctuary as their home territory at the moment. And we are coming into breeding season, so we're seeing some really interesting territorial behaviour, lots of diving and swooping around from those wedge-tailed eagles, often very, very close, which is really, really unusual. Normally you don't get a chance to see those sorts of behaviours anywhere close by. So keep your eyes open for them. If you do see them, do yourself a favour. Stop for 2 or 3 minutes and just watch them. They're amazing birds. Actually, here they come. Thanks, guys, for the binoculars there. You can see that wedge-tailed eagle coming across now. Just keep your eyes on that eagle while it's soaring around there. This is the exact behaviour that I was talking about before. You can see that just gliding and soaring.
Just behind the tree.
It doesn't have to flap its wings at all. And also, as it turns, have a look at the shape in the tail.
Wow.
Stop talking about that diamond or that wedge shape in the tail. Best way to help you identify a wedge-tailed eagle.
Look at these parrots, they're eating on the fruits. They're having apple. That's so cute. She got a flower there, hoping the parrots will come. Is that what you're doing? Oh, they got the fruit. Look at it. They born apples. Okay, how cute. How close we are with it. Oh, it's eating things from the tree hollow. Oh, look how cute.
There is another kind of bird
It's cleaning its feather.
Ow.
Oh, its neck can turn around. You come here now. It's easy to see her.
Come up onto this branch now.
Oh, lucky. Oh, look at this. Oh, they're good friends together. Oh, and there's so many of these tiny mini ones here as well. I wonder what their names are. Isabel, do you know the name of them?
That
Let's look at the board.
parakeet. And
That's
that
a-
is also a parakeet.
Are you sure it's a parakeet?
Yeah, but that I'm not sure. I think those are budgies.
Shall we ask? Let's ask to the zoo
But
people.
I'm sure that is a parakeet.
Okay.
Some kind of parakeet.
Isabel's clever. Isabel knew they were the budgies. She was spot on.
The parakeet went into the tree like this.
The parakeet went to the trees.
Into the tree.
Into the tree hollow.
Yeah.
That's why we need to have trees, right? That's because it's windy, so they're like, oh, I'm hiding in the tree hollow today. Oh, look how pretty. Oh, oh my gosh, we're so lucky. Right?
What if it landed on?
You see, it is a girl, a boy.
It is a girl.
Uh-huh.
It has white spots.
It has light spot, so it's a girl.
I can't say. I just said
Oh. Oh, so close.
I could feel that.
Wow, lucky.
I could feel it if it's getting
ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਪੁੱਤ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਬਾਲਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਖਾਣ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਮਮਾ ਪੁੱਛ
This is right here. She's fascinated by the birds. Yeah. The boys has just the red color. I think the girls has other colors, the light spots. It's going to move now. Oh, look at the... Wow, okay. Did you see the tail, the red dots on the tail? How cute. It's staying just in the tree hollow.
What is it? Feather.
Yeah, it's pluming its feather.
That's how it's feather.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Stop staring at it. It's scared.
Oh, it went inside. Yeah, it needs some quiet time now. So everybody's looking at me. I'm not too sure, so I step back a little bit, right? Which is okay.
They show that it's the
Good.
So that's a female.
Lorikeet,
And that blue one you told them he was a male.
parrot, the fairy wren. They say the fairy wren is only blue when it's mating season. Then it turns brown like the females. So it's only when it's mating season it turns blue. And the king parrot. There you go, talking about the fairy wren. They are right here. Oh, how cute. Very small, very bright blue. Very easy to spot. There you go, another fairy wren, the blue wren. So this is a male, so it must be mating season for it to be this bright. Right, girls? Oh, that's hard to see. It's under the bush. Oh, now we're at the reptile area. Who is welcoming us? The Merton's water monitor. Oh, it's resting. What does it eat? They feed on fish, frogs, eggs, lizards, small mammals, and invertebrates. This turtle. Oh yeah, they are turtles.
Oh, it's moving.
Yeah. Yeah, they are turtles. It's a turtle. They share the habitat. There's another one. Where? Oh, on the top. Oh, thank you. Good job for spotting. Yes, it's sunbathing. Oh, look at this dragon. How cute it is. Very cute. Yes, Zoe, what have you found?
Another animal there.
Oh, yes, there is another one. Good job. So this is a skink. This is a skink. Oh, lucky we get to catch it moving. Sliding on the iguana's tail. They did a many slide holding hands. Now they want to try to do it themselves. Yeah, sister's here. Good job. So brave. Yay! Good job.
Fun.
That was fun.
Funny fun. So I got an idea.
It's a very big iguana.